Alright, hey, it's freaking G-Ster, god damn it, and I'm with Prometheum, and we are casting Game 3, TSL Week 3, Lucky Punch hosting 7th Fleet on the EU server, and we've got a 2 versus 0 matchup right now, 7th Fleet taking the first 2 games, and we're back. So double Colossus, double Battlecruiser, Raven, and Carrier for Lucky Punch right now. Across from them, 7th Fleet rocking the Dreadnought, Battlecruiser, Raven, Colossus. Another Battlecruiser on the outside there, and Laptop Pandas in the Void Ray. So wait, who was that little... Oh, it's Duality playing the outside Battlecruiser. I thought Tura was in here somewhere. I guess not.
No, it looks like Tura's taking a break.
Yeah, okay. Well, you usually see Terra rocking the outside Battlecruiser. Now look at this.
Oh,
a lot of hatred. Yeah, I'm looking at all the player hatred happening. These are 2 range 9 BCs pushing Laptop Panda all the way back, and we've got an interesting game happening right now. Double BC top right now. And they're still holding their own in the middle. You see the cut right here from 7th Fleet. Push them back a little bit. Some fun early game shenanigans.
By Lucky Punch.
There's and we've seen Lucky Punch get the first push, the first advantage in every game so far, but it's mostly been a result of brute force comps on one side, and then we kind of see them just sort of lose the advantage slowly over the course of the early game. They haven't quite...
that's the downside with the muscle comp. The good news here, though, is that this game, 7th Fleet isn't running a very... Like, they've got a muscle comp themselves. They've got 2 tanks, 1 BC in the mid, only 1 support on the sides. I mean, they do have the advantage in the sense that they have a Void Ray, and Lucky Punch doesn't. But,
yeah.
I mean, Lucky Punch compensates by having a carrier, and I don't know how relevant this carrier is going to be, but if this carrier can farm it really well, I have a feeling that 7th Fleet might have a bit of trouble countering them.
Okay, so yeah, we saw the carrier on the Lucky Punch side last time. He went pretty much purely into ints,
which is not good. Not good for your team. That doesn't help your team at all.
Yeah, I think he was just trying to fight against either the scouts or the minions, something in that nature. But yeah, he wasn't very effective in actually helping out, and yeah, it just didn't really work out for him. This game we see a little bit. It's a little bit more stable despite the initial shenanigans. Laptop Panda takes a lot of damage, so he's backing out of there. You can see that BC on the outside can definitely do work in the early game. And we've got a little bit of a lopsided lopsided lineup right now. Gonna flip it over to Prometheum for some analysis on what the compositions we're looking at and what these teams need to do in order to pull the advantage out.
Well, as we can see right now, 7th Fleet's mid is actually a teeny weeny bit weaker than Lucky Punch's. The Destro instead of a Colossus means that you're sacrificing just a little bit of DPS and tankiness in the early game for a bit of a slightly better late game, because I mean Destro has Siege and a really good tanking option with the Prod Field Repair Bot combo. So as we can see right now, 7th Fleet having a bit of problems. Skywalker's forced to go back burning. Late game, I would definitely give the advantage to 7th Fleet just because they have the Void Ray, and I mean, Lucky Punch does have double BC Raven, which is pretty good for countering a Void Ray, but judging by the way Lucky Punch has played with their BCs on the side lanes, I wouldn't be surprised if Laptop Panda just manages to snipe one of these BCs off, and then once a BC's down, that's only 1 lockdown and a Raven with maybe Blackout in the late game, and I can't see them winning this. But again, as I said earlier, the carrier in the late game, if he farms up really well and invests his money wisely instead of just interceptors, he might be able to pick off the Raven here, or maybe a badly built BC. You never know. So I would say that the matchup's pretty even right now. Definitely give the early game to Lucky Punch, but the late game I feel might slide slightly in favor of 7th Fleet.
Okay, interesting. So we'll have to see what happens. One thing that was pointed out in the previous games is that Lucky Punch is, not using the things that you pretty much always see out of 3.0. You're not seeing the double OVs out of them. You're seeing levies on the side lane, not using a Void Ray, which, I mean, man, I can't really remember when I've seen a game that didn't have at least one Void Ray in it, at least from a 3.0 perspective. As you can see, Caesar's pushing out here, so Warpin's coming in from Lucky Punch. Seventh Fleet's not really backing up.
Yeah, and Caesar once again is just going pure ints against. Well, he's against the BC, right?
Yeah.
I don't understand this. I don't understand this tech choice. Ints against the BC do nothing. You want to go Tempests, or I mean, if you farm up really well, maybe Scouts and just go for like Blitzkrieg, and maybe you'll just surprise him with your Scouts. But Ints on its own, like it won't do anything against the BC. We can see Duality has pods already, bunch of lasers. I mean, Ints are irrelevant. They're not going to do anything.
Now Caesar's got 550 minerals right now, so I guess he banked. I don't know what's going on with that. Oh, yeah, there's the warp.
Just warping out.
Yep, warp out, and that was enough to really bring Lucky Punch away from the advantage. Uh-oh. Oh, man. Had to bust out the little emphysema cough right there. Yeah, so Laptop was just kind of hanging out over there. Lucky Punch sees him, and they pull back in some kind of pursuit, but really just end up giving up a little bit of map space right there. And we're still sitting, 100 difference on the farm right now. Pretty even, sitting at coming up upon the 10-minute mark. Let's look at some upgrades. Kraken's in the middle, 10 missiles. I think we saw 5 missiles on Duality on the outside with that 9 range. Luller's up to 300 on his energy. Riker's up to 4 plating. Also grabs his repair bots. What's up?
What is Laptop doing? He's just tanking a bunch of missiles for nothing. He's got 0 beams. He's not doing any DPS. They're going for a kill here on Parse. I don't know if they're going to get it. Punch-Up's not shield transferring Parse. He's going to die.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, there is no shield transfer. He takes, yeah. Wow. So
really, that kill is just because Punch-Up did not shield transfer his Colossus right from the beginning. He would have made it out just fine if he would have just shield transferred right away.
Ouch. So yeah, Punch-Up doesn't manage the transfer in time. We lose the Colossus early. Really wasn't expecting that. Looked pretty even.
Yep.
Slowly but surely, that DPS wore down the Colossus on that was Pars Proto and the Colossus, and yeah, by the time Punch-Up got over to get the transfer on him, it was over.
It was too late.
So at this point, and
now they lose a Colossus, which means they lose all their pushing power. And I mean, at this point, the only thing Lucky Punch can do is try and set up like a mini warp trick and not die in the process, because they're not going to push out anymore. Unless, of course, 7th Fleet decides to go back for upgrades, but which is what it looks like they're doing right now.
Okay, so you're saying normally I'm looking for, what the options are. A warp trick of some kind for Lucky Punch is the way back into this matchup?
I can't, with the Vortex and some sort of Scouts, just go Blitzkrieg. You still have double BC and a Colossus. That's still a lot of missile damage, and there's no PDDs on the field yet. So they still have a chance to get a kill with all their missiles. But once the PDDs are out on the field, it's GG. There's no hope. They can't do anything.
Looks like Caesar spent all his money on ints when he went back to upgrade, so he's got Warp in, it's 250 energy, and up to 14 on the Interceptors. So that won't help a super lot. There's the we saw the scan, so they saw Laptop Pan on the outside there. Siege Creep are out as well. I imagine we'll see the warp. Yep, there's the warp in right there. If you're 7th Fleet, then what are your keys to closing out the game?
You just want to farm up right now. The farm difference is only 400, and considering it's a 6v5, that's not super huge yet. So I just keep on farming. Let this Void Ray get OP. When this Void Ray has like 10 beams double charge, just set up a warp trick, get a kill, and end the game.
Okay, so we'll see. we'll see if any shenanigans happen. They're definitely gonna want Punch Up to get a little bit more. I mean, do a little bit more farming here because they're gonna need the protection on the way out if they do manage something.
Yep, and I mean, if we look at Lillard, he still doesn't have PDDs, so Punch Up still has a chance. Their DPS hasn't been negated yet. They can still do something. Not
okay,
too late.
so for how much longer will Lillard not have PDDs? As you can see, the missiles, Skyface, only one upgrade on the long bolts. Looks like he's been upgrading attack fighters. Grabbed his scanner sweep, some energy. Five Stuck has lockdown, also 300 energy. But yeah, they just look very contained right now. So let's see if they make something happen.
PDDs by next pack for 7th Fleet. If Punch Up already has them, Luller's gonna get them very soon.
So what do you think about this? Caesar decides to go Tempests.
Well, I mean, I actually like this. Tempests, when you're behind, are actually a very good option because they're very hard to snipe from behind the towers, and I mean, basically the other team is forced to go back. So that gives you some breathing room to farm, and it gives you a chance. It's better than Scouts at this point, because Scouts are just going to get negated by the PDDs that are eventually going to come out anyway.
Okay.
Tempests, on the other hand, they're good forever.
So Punch Up grabs PDDs. Is that what we expected to see out of it? I don't think I was expecting that.
I mean, it's not the worst choice. I feel like getting a Blackout might be the next major move for Punch Up here, because PDDs are good. I mean, they have double BC Colossus, so it's not like it doesn't do anything, but I don't think they're going to get a kill with PDDs. That's just going to save them from getting run down by 7th Fleet.
Okay, so as we can see, still level 7 on the beam for Laptop Panda right now. You know, enough to do work, but not so much that you need to run absolutely frightened. The PDD support is there, but it just looks like they're trying to fight them face up right now, and there's no way that works. I think that this is the time to send somebody around or to do something before this next round of upgrades happens for 7th Fleet, because Kraken is sitting at $650 and Skywalker's got $400. Duality on the outside has 1,000 minerals right now. So once these upgrades happen for 7th Fleet, I mean, that's it. Something needs to be done right now. Skyface comes back and grabs lockdown.
Yeah, another issue that Lucky Punch Up has is that they have no initiation, really. They're really good at whittling down an enemy force from a distance, but they're not very good at getting kills because they're slow, and once you get out of range, of course, well, there goes all your DPS. BCs and Colossus, I mean, they need to kite, and since BCs are fairly squishy, they can't really go in there for a kill, and you don't have a Void Ray to jump in there to finish off a ship that the Tempests whittle down, so they're lacking some kind of initiation right now. A Vortex or Blackout would really, really help Punch Up get a kill, because they need some form of initiation, and they don't have it right now.
Yeah, and they don't have any missiles really. You saw level 1 and level 2 long bolts, and now it looks like 7th Fleet's going back for the upgrades, and this is probably not what you want to see if you're Lucky Punch right now. They're gonna go back and drop a ton of ducats, and come out pretty strong.
I mean, now that the upgrades are happening, the only thing Lucky Punch Up can do is wait for a tower snipe and hope that somebody gets slow enough that they can do something.
Okay, so there you have it. Riker's gonna stay out, mess around for a little bit, play around with the Tempest, I guess, and everyone else coming in for the ups. Kraken, 900 minerals turns into, what's he buying around here? Is he gonna buy? Okay, yep, Yam can. Up to, let's see, I imagine he'll add some energy. Yeah, he's up to 350 on the energy.
That double scan.
Here is Laptop coming out. Oh, so yeah, they did double. So Lucky Punch, both of the battle cruisers have scan, and they both used it. You see the defensive shield on Stuck and Skyface, not with the D shield. 325 on the energy. Yeah, just not a lot of power. And here's the warp in. Riker stayed out, right?
Oh
no, he
Riker.
upgraded.
He's bypassing the prod field completely and going straight to siege for the tower snipe.
Okay, so there you go. Skywalker pushing pretty hard here. No energy left. He went with hardened shield and it's got his recharge shield up to level 8 on those shields. You see Kraken coming in. He wants to Yamato some people. He eats a lockdown instead. Skyface got locked down by Kraken.
Did you see Riker's siege? He sieged up right into the tower's range. That was beautiful. Good job, Riker.
So a little creative license being used by Riker in the siege craft.
Riker's only got 200 energy, so now he's gonna have to wait a while to get his siege up again.
Let's see what Duality did. Duality grabbed missile pods, Yamato cannon, defensive shield, lockdown, 11 on longbolts, 13 lasers, and is at 500 energy. So just went on a freaking shopping
Lullard
spree.
has those PDDs now too, so there's no threat of Riker getting sniped by missiles.
Yep, there are the PDDs. Laptop Panda's in, taking some decent damage there. Looks like they're determined to get this battle station taken down, but putting up a good fight is Lucky Punch, trying to protect that.
Up?
Riker looks lost right now.
Yeah, he's not sure what he's doing, but
alright, there he goes.
He's finally getting DPS.
There's the scan by Skyface.
What was the point of that scan? I'm not sure.
Yeah, so Skyface does a scan, the battle station goes down. Riker's gonna slow creep a little bit. Yeah, let's see. Decent damage was done at Laptop Panda in pursuit of that battle station previously. And yeah, a couple pretty strong BCs right here. As you can see, Duality is just able to use that D shield. There are lockdowns on the Lucky Punch side, but at the cost of really having, they didn't have any missile DPS on those BCs for the entire game. And it looks like the other battle station's the target.
Tower now.
Yep, there's EMP on Riker. You see them push in on the siege. Riker's gonna unsiege.
Yep. And this is gonna do absolutely nothing for Lucky Punch. Riker's gonna make it out just fine.
Double Yamato cannon.
That was actually a very good try by Lucky Punch, though.
Yeah.
I think instead of getting Yamato, if they would have gotten Nuke, that would have been a kill.
Okay, so yeah, there you go. They both grabbed Yamcan, and you could see it do some work. But now Riker's gonna come back, pop those bots, and yeah, 7th Fleet's gonna maintain this contain, I would imagine, unless they just all decide to go back. Looks like pretty decent numbers. Everybody's got about 500 bucks. So, you know, Duality's up to nearly 900 again. So, I guess they're going to go back and upgrade again, and they're kind of looking at a free game right now. What do we do if we're Lucky Punch right now?
I mean, I feel like they squandered a good opportunity to get a kill on Riker. I mean, double Yamato is nice, but it would have been way nicer if one of those VCs would have gotten Nuke. I'm 90% sure they could have gotten the kill on Riker if they would have had a Nuke instead of Yamato.
Okay.
So, I mean, now it's a bit late. Now they know the Yamato's out. They can still try for a Nuke and try to get Riker when he's sieged up. But
there's the warp about to happen
now because they're probably going to expect it.
So Laptop Panda pushes. Oh, okay, they kind of take an aggressive stance towards Laptop Panda, pushing in towards them. He backs up a little bit. Here comes the warp it. Punch Up is
gonna go down here
playing a dangerous game right now. He goes over just to get that EMP when the rest of his team is leaving him. And you don't like to be out there by yourself in a Raven like that. And are we going for the other battle station? We are. Riker is sieged up, level 8. We'll see that start to whittle down. Here's Duality coming in for the Yamato. PDDs are going up.
Yep. Battle
And,
station's
yep.
going down for sure.
Finish off that tower.
Now we just gotta wait to see if 7th Fleet's willing to end the game now, or if they want to keep on farming and wait for the next round set of ups.
Alright, here's an aggressive push by Lucky Punch right now.
There is the third of the double Yamato, so if they get somebody low, they might be able to get a kill, but somebody's really low here.
Everybody.
Is that the Raven?
Hate Me Now, and the Colossus has got the nuke on him.
Oh, what the?
Turns around, needs it. Lucky Punch.
Nuke to the face, and I think they're going in now for the kill. Riker just needs to siege up and get kills.
Yep, so
Or
they finish off Skyface. Riker's gonna just go ahead and dive in there. See if we get this finished. 5-Stuck's gonna go down. Transfer's happening. Punch Up's gonna go down here, and I imagine you see the G's out right here. Lucky Punch leaves the game. GD from Pars Proto.
GG.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The TSL Week 3 matchup between 7th Fleet and Lucky Punch goes 3 games to 7th Fleet, with Lucky Punch hosting. And you know, we saw some unique strategies come out. Well, and by unique I mean sort of old school strategies. Lucky Punch kind of using things that you would see in 2.0 a lot, and not necessarily in 3.0 so much. No Void Ray usage on the Lucky Punch side. But you know, you got to go with what works for you, and that's their strategy. So still props to them for you know, some good early pushes, and yeah, just not enough with the compositions and with a couple of mistakes to really stay in games for a very long amount of time. What would be kind of your analysis on this game and then the series as a whole, Prometheum?
There was some bad execution from Lucky Punch Up at the beginning. Like every single game, I thought that they had the upper hand in the early game, but their ship composition had no late game potential. Like a carrier is really nice, but it's easily countered if you go scouts. And Tempests, like they're good to whittle down ships, but you can't get kills with Tempests. They never ever had a Void Ray, as you mentioned, and that's really, I mean, that's the meta right now. Just Void Rays are such great initiators, they're just so good at getting kills. You need at least a Void Ray in your comp. They put BCs on the side lanes, which are nice. BCs will win their side lanes against pretty much anything, but late game, once again, they just don't have that potential. They're not carry ships. You need more carry ships. You need better carry ships, and that's what Lucky Punch Up was missing these games. They needed their carry ships.
Okay, so yeah, there you go. You can see, as far as competitive games go right now in 3.0, there are some necessities. You need something to really be able to make a difference at the end there, and you know, that just illustrates it perfectly. I want to thank all of my co-casters. Had Duality, Fuzzy, Prometheum all join in at some point during the games today. I'm pretty sure this is it. Like, this is the only game today. I don't know if somebody rescheduled some shit, but all the other games, I guess, were done.
The DP game was rescheduled to tomorrow.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, there you go. One game happening tomorrow. Thanks, everybody, for joining, and you know, come back next weekend. We got a lot more exciting TSL matchups for you. Peace.